She walks into the room and everything in you reacts. Your body tightens. Your mind starts to perform. You call it attraction, but it's not. It's recognition. You see in her what you wish existed in you. Peace, validation, worth. That's the lie most men never question. They keep chasing women to feel whole, and the chase never ends. You think she's the answer. She's actually the mirror, showing you the parts you refuse to face. You need to be chosen. Your fear of being unseen. Every look, every silence exposes your dependence. When you finally understand that truth, everything changes. You stop worshipping women. You start mastering yourself. And from that moment, no beauty can blind you again. So ask yourself one thing. Do you want to understand women, or do you want to understand yourself? Point number 1, the mirror of desire. What do you actually see when you look at her? Be honest. Is it her, or is it the version of yourself you wish existed? You tell yourself you want connection, but deep down, you're searching for reflection. You want her to confirm that you matter, that you're enough. Picture this. You're in the gym, lifting heavy, sweat dripping. She walks past, barely noticing, and suddenly the weight feels heavier. Not because your muscles failed, but because your validation did. That's the mirror of desire. It doesn't show truth, it shows need. Seneca said, "He who depends on another's happiness loses his own." The ancients knew this sickness well. A man who saw beauty as proof of his worth was already enslaved by his own hunger. Today it's worse. Every swipe, every post, every like, another mirror, another hit of illusion. You chase women not because of who they are, but because they reflect the version of yourself you can't sustain alone. You want her admiration to drown your doubt. You want her attention to silence your emptiness. But every time she looks away, you fall again. The only way out is to destroy the mirror. Stop needing to be seen to believe you exist. Stop building your worth on reactions. Stand still. Face the silence that follows. Train your detachment. Ask yourself, without her gaze, who are you? Because when you no longer seek reflection, you start seeing reality. And in that clarity, attraction becomes choice, not compulsion. Control returns. Now, what happens when that mirror shatters and you're left staring only at yourself? That's where we go next. Point number 2, the lie of completion. What if the thing you've been chasing was never meant to complete you? What if that's the lie keeping you weak? You tell yourself that once you find the right woman, the chaos will settle. You'll feel whole, balanced, at peace. But look closer. Every time you believed that, you handed her your center. Imagine this. You're sitting in your car at midnight, parked outside her place. The argument still burns in your head. Your phone is quiet, and the silence feels like failure. You think if she just texted, everything would make sense again. That's the lie. Completion doesn't come from being wanted. It comes from not needing to be. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." The emperors knew what men forget today. They ruled empires, yet still wrestled with the emptiness you call love. You think she'll fix what's missing, but she can't fill a space built from your own avoidance. You mistake emotional relief for connection, relief from facing yourself. And when she pulls away, that emptiness roars back louder than before. Completion is not given, it's forged. It's the quiet strength of a man who builds his peace before he shares it. It's walking away from what feeds your weakness, not your power. You have to break the cycle. Stop chasing completion through her eyes. Stop believing you're half of something. You were always whole, just distracted. Hold your ground. Let the emptiness stay until it no longer controls you. Build your peace. Ask yourself, do you want connection, or do you just want escape? Because when you stop chasing the lie, you start living the truth. And that's when the game changes. Next, we confront what really keeps you trapped, the silent hunger for validation. Point number 3, the weight of validation. When was the last time you did something without hoping someone would notice? No likes, no eyes, no reward, just you and the act itself. Most men can't remember. You build your worth on approval, then wonder why you always feel unstable. Picture this. You're sitting in a quiet room, phone glowing in your hand. You sent the text. She saw it. No reply. Your stomach turns, your thoughts spiral. That's not love. That's dependency. Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. The Stoics knew validation was a chain disguised as comfort. They trained to act with reason, not reaction. You, on the other hand, were raised in a world where validation is currency. Every glance, every compliment, every post becomes a transaction for worth. You measure strength by attention, not integrity. So when approval fades, your confidence collapses. A man who needs validation cannot lead. He adapts to be liked. He hides his truth to stay wanted. And over time, he forgets who he was before he started performing. You have to cut that weight. Say what you believe, even if it costs you approval. Do the work, even if no one claps. Be silent in your effort, not loud in your need. Train your independence. Ask yourself, would you still do it if no one ever saw? Because that answer defines your strength. And when you stop needing validation, your presence changes. You move differently. You speak less. You become untouchable. Now the next truth cuts deeper. Once you stop chasing approval, you face something harder, seeing the world exactly as it is. Point number 4. The discipline of seeing clearly. When was the last time you saw reality without distortion? Not what you wanted to see, not what you feared to see, just truth. Most men look at life through emotion, not clarity. They call it instinct, but it's attachment. They react to what hurts instead of seeing what's real. Imagine standing in front of your bathroom mirror after another failed night. Your reflection looks the same, but something's off. You can feel it. The weight of every lie you told yourself just to keep believing. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." That's the discipline of seeing clearly, to strip away illusion until only fact remains. The Stoics practiced it in silence. They questioned their thoughts like enemies, not friends. They knew perception was the battlefield long before the sword was drawn. You do the opposite. You defend your illusions. You chase distraction to avoid truth. You call it comfort, but it's blindness. Seeing clearly is not easy. It means recognizing that some people you love never cared, that some goals you chase mean nothing, that most of your pain is self-inflicted. But clarity is freedom. It kills fantasy. It ends the chase. It forces you to act, not dream. So stop arguing with what is. Face what's true, no matter how much it cuts. Let silence replace reaction. Train your perception. Ask yourself, what do you gain by lying to yourself another day? Because when you finally see clearly, your emotions lose control. You move from confusion to power. And in that stillness, you become the man who cannot be fooled again. You've seen the pattern now. How your mind builds illusions, how desire shapes perception, and how clarity sets you free. The truth is simple but never easy. You don't find strength in chasing approval or completion. You build it in silence by facing what's real and letting go of what's not. If something in this video hit you, that's not coincidence. It means a part of you is ready to stop running from truth. That's where growth begins. I want to thank you for being here, for giving your time and attention to something deeper than the noise out there. This channel exists because of men like you, men who want to think, to reflect, to live with purpose. If the message spoke to you, consider subscribing and hitting the like button. Not for the algorithm, but to stay connected to a space that challenges you to rise above distraction. And I'd like to hear from you. What part of this message hit hardest? Share it in the comments. Your words might help another man find his clarity too. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.